So the following is just a quick overview of the dashboard that I was working on. If you go to your dashboards tab, I've got it listed here. If you don't find it right away, it is still in that neglected account folder, and it's the first one, account activity all. And this is going to bring it up. There's a fair amount of data here. My recommendation, because the guys aren't using Salesforce that much, is that we convert to Lightning. And nice thing about Lightning is it will allow us to look at the dashboards a little bit more easily. And so just the same idea, coming back to dashboards, and then I'm going to go activity all. What I did is I just tried to simplify it a little bit. You had a lot of data there, and because of that, well, it gives us some limitation. If we go to Lightning and I convert this, I can make all these the same size, these squares, and that'll make things a little bit easier. But essentially, here we've got Roger, AJ, and Scott. And then, we're looking at the white spaces on this side of it. So here is Scott's A accounts, AJ's A accounts, and Roger's A accounts, AJ's, and then Scott's. Here is current activity less than 30 days. So if you look at these accounts, the idea, the perfect scenario is this and this match perfectly. So we see all of these accounts sitting in there. If we don't see any, then there hasn't been any calls logged in the last 30 days. Then we come down here, we look at the same one. Here's our account B list. And again, what we start to see it coming together here, we got AltaGas, Progress, and Tourmaline. AltaGas, Progress, and Tourmaline. Now we have the gaps on the other accounts. So the question now is, again, we want to see that. Here is the count, the record count. Again, we can come in here and we can select this, and then we can see the activity associated with it. So calls, Tourmaline, and those are the two different people that they've called. I'm going to add the comments here and things like that, so we have that information appropriately on that side of it. And then again, we just go down to a C, and there's my C account list. Again, if we change it all to Lightning, this will just scroll up and down, and it would all be the same size, make it easier to read. And then here is the any of those accounts there that have had activity in the last 90 days. So you're seeing a lot better match on that side of it. I know it's a little bit difficult to identify the gaps associated with it on that side of it, but you still have to just come through here. So and take a look appropriately. So if we look at it, there's ATCO and there's ATCO, Cambrium, there's Cambrium, and then all of a sudden Chevron. We don't see any Chevron on this side of it. So what is going on with Chevron? Why haven't we called them? So on and so forth. And then the same thing goes when we look down at AJ. I can quickly go down here. Husky's his A account, no activities. He's got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 B accounts, 1 activity, so no logging on that side of it. And then on his C accounts, he's done a little bit better for sure. So this is pretty much one-on-one. Come in here and view the report, and then we can see here the activity associated with it on that side of it. So I'm just going to make sure that doesn't look like I put the right chart there. But you get the idea, the gist behind it, and then ultimately that's what I would do. As far as the color coding and stuff, it's too complicated, too many different things. My philosophy from a sales perspective, your A accounts, you've either called them within 30 days or you haven't. There's nothing pending or nothing neglected. The same idea with your C accounts. We've either called them within 60 days or we haven't. And then B accounts, and then C accounts, we either called them within 90 or we haven't. And then the ones we haven't, let's make sure that we get them on there and we figure out why we haven't called them on that side of it. So that's my recommendations, and I'll give you a call tomorrow to discuss in more detail.